Hello, welcome. You know the drill. I'm gonna watch Inside Star Citizen and I'm gonna make fun of them, basically. That's my niche, I guess. No, this time they have something really good. Well, mildly good. So, yeah, let's watch it together. I'm gonna roll the intro now.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
I think we all can agree that looting was definitely a great addition to Star Citizen. I love that players are exploring and looking for interesting stuff around the universe. For 3.17, loot is going to be much more exciting and valuable for all the players.
I'm pretty sure that only new players and like streamers were searching and traversing through like the verse and trying to find loot, because currently there's no point in having loot. Yeah, I have a friend that like really wanted to have like all the security armors so he can sell them. I hope that they're not going to wipe our inventories, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, like okay, adding like selling items to shops is a big plus because you can make more money. But let's see if that's actually going to be any good.
Up until right now, players got the same loot in different locations, so you could go to Korea or a cave or an outpost and potentially have the same content. For 3.17 though, we are changing that, and now we are tailoring the content for each location.
And that's a really good thing, because yes, I am saying good things about CAG this time. But this is actually a good thing because you like right now you could just go to Korea over and over again whenever it's empty and whenever there's nobody there, and just like get all the loot and like get whatever you want to, because wherever you go you're gonna get the same loot. This is actually good. So good job, CAG.
The other addition, because up until right now, all the content was considered common content that you could even buy in shops. We are now adding the concept of rarity. We have 3 different types of rarity, so it's the common one, the uncommon one, and rare one. The uncommon one is going to be items that are not available in the shops anymore. For example, security armor or pirate armor, it's content that it's specific for a group of people. In order to make rarity a viable option, it was always intended to remove some of the items from the shops.
And again, I gotta give them flowers, because yeah, this is good. I have nothing else to say except that this is good, because when you remove items from shops, that like incentivizes players to go into those fucking ugly and dull and boring bunkers and just like try to find a thing that they need, because like this is actually good, but I'm just looking at the fucking screenshot of a bunker over there and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, I need to go there again. But maybe we're gonna get more than just one bunker, right? So yeah, good job, but please try to do more like gameplay wise. Try to do more bunker wise. Try to give us some like variety in the fucking game.
And the rare items definitely are the ones that are going to be more exciting for everyone, for sure. Don't expect to have a high percentage of spawning. We are very keen into spawn only a little bit of them, but rare items, we are applying more or less the same philosophy with ships. So eventually rare items will end up in the loot pool and can be found in different lootable crates.
Wait. Rewind that?
But rare items, we are applying more or less the same philosophy with ships.
What do you mean when you say with ships? Are we like, are some items gonna be rare for like ships, for like items for ships? Like quantum drives and all of that? That's not cool. That's not good. That is not good and not cool. And maybe I just got it wrong, and maybe he wanted to say something else, but that's what I understood. So please, no. Thank you.
Obviously, with looting becoming such a big feature in the game, we kind of need an ability for you to sell the loot that you've been acquiring this whole time. To do that, we're going to be updating the shop system and item shops with a brand new kiosk that will have a much improved user experience that will allow you to sell your various items. So for 317, the system determining what can be sold where and for how much is going to be very simple. Basically, if a shop sells an item of a certain type, they sell guns, they sell ship parts, you can then sell to that shop items of that type.
This is easier. This is improved. Okay.
The pricing will be as follows. It will start at 90% of the price that the shop sells it for, and depending on their current inventory, it will fall down to 50%, with 50% being that they are absolutely full on that item. If they do not have that exact item in their inventory, you will default down to 50% because, frankly, they don't really want to stock that thing anyways.
I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. 90% is good, but I'm pretty sure that most of the times you're just going to get like 50% of the value of the thing that you want to sell. And that's what I said a couple of times now on this channel, that's basically how it's going to be. So yeah, so a gun goes for 1,000 and you sell it for 500. Great fucking value. Do you know how many things you need to sell for this to be a viable earning option? This, like, just go do a fucking ERT, and it's gonna take you like, if you're good, it's gonna take you like 10 minute stops, and like you're gonna get 100K. If you're not good, it's gonna take you like 20 minutes. I saw some people that like commented on my channel that like it takes them like 45 minutes, but it's gonna get you like 100K. How long do you think that you will need to gather all that shit and then like transfer it with a shitty fucking inventory system one by one to your ship, and then go from place to place so you can sell it for 90%? It's gonna take a while. So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna sell for 50%, because yeah, we don't fucking care, and most of the shops are gonna be stocked. So why even bother to hop around the verse just like to get to the shop, and then you see that the shop is fully stocked? There's no fucking reason. And yeah, not good, CAG. Like, I don't know how to fix this, but you need to have like some really fucking rare items that we're gonna like hunt down and try to get, so we can sell those and get more money from that. Because like with this, we are just gonna empty our inventory and we're gonna get like 10K tops, and that's it.
Rarity, of course, will come into play for this, but basically the base prices of items will help to determine how much they sell for. There has been a small pass to just kind of update some of these prices to fall within line of the fact that certain items now can't be found in stores, and certain items are going to be very difficult to find in the boxes throughout the world. And of course, the Pico Balls will be the most valuable item in all of the persistent universe.
Huh.
One of the features that we're really happy that we included in this is when you are selling something with attachments, you can, on the spot, go through and detach those attachments in the selling interface so that they don't get sold. Let's say that you're trying to sell a sniper rifle and you have a really nice scope on it. You will see that when you go to make that transaction and be able to say, oh, actually, I want to keep that. One problem that we are aware of in all interfaces that deal with items of this type is stacking. The stacking system in personal inventory and in now this shop screen, which uses the same stacking method, means that it can be a little annoying to move large quantities of the same item. We don't have an immediate perfect solution for that where we can stack items that are identical, but in the short term we did a little solution where there's just a quick sell button on each item in the list.
Please don't get rid of the quick sell button, even if you find a fix to the issue that things don't stack. Well, it's not an issue, but you don't know how to do it because like you don't want things to stack in the inventory, but then again, you know that it's like we are pissed off that we need to drag all the items like one by one, and the server is laggy and it doesn't fucking accept it on the other side of the inventory, etc, etc. It's really boring, it's really stale, it's a time sink. It's just a time sink after a fucking time sink. And on top of all of those time sinks and the inventory system, in the next patch in 3.17, when you spawn, because you're gonna choose, like let's say you chose like Hurston, that's gonna be like your main place where you spawn, and then if you go to Everest, your shed is not gonna be on Everest. You gotta get it from Hurston and take it to Everest now. So that's gonna be fun. One more time sink for the fun, I guess.
Fair warning to all of you, there is no buyback button at this time, so if you sell something, it is gone. Be careful. And of course, with inventory, where we want it to go in the future, we want it to be that as you are selling these items, it is affecting the inventory of the store so that it is becoming more and more that other players can then purchase. We're not clear as the time of this recording if that's going to make it for 3.17, but that is definitely a goal going forward.
Well, from what I understand, this should be like a part of Quanta, the whole thing that like Tony Z talked about a bunch of times. And as far as I know, Quanta is already in the game. Well, on the back end servers, and it's just like deciding what like needs what and which place needs to sell something and all of that. So as far as I know, Quanta is running in the back end, at least from my understanding. But why not in 3.17 then? Like, you had basically no content for this patch. Why didn't you do this properly? Why didn't you just finish this? Is there any staggered development? Seriously, guys, like, if not, let's say you have fucking 3 months. Fine, okay. But is, like, you give us a tier 0 of this, or a tier 1 actually, because like there's some menus and all of that, but like, why isn't it dynamic as it should be? Like, I don't fucking care. It's such a small and minor thing, but like, still, it's gonna be connected with all the other servers. And if a guy buys all the med pens in one place because he fucked up and clicked on max instead of a plus and confirmed it, and then all of the servers are gonna have no med pens in that store, and like, then we will need to restock the store with med pens. But now we can't. I don't get it. Like, what if he wanted to fix the issue? What if he realized that he fucked up and then he just wanted to sell them for like 90%? Because it's like out of stock. And then what? Like, he can sell it there, but it's not gonna affect the... I don't fucking get it. I seriously don't get it, because I know that some things can run out of stock, or some shops can run out of stock because people are buying from those shops. And if they're selling to those shops, they're not gonna refill the stock. I don't understand it. Like, why half-ass everything that you do, CAG?
We're going to be monitoring both how you guys are using this new kiosk and how many things you're selling in order to help balance both the amount of loot and how much each piece of loot sells for.
So you gotta hurry to sell your stuff, because like in the next few patches they're gonna nerf everything basically.
We also are very interested in any feedback that comes in for the user experience of that selling, so please let us know how things are going.
I mean, if you're listening, I can already tell you that the terminal or the screen or the menus are too complex. There's no reason to like menu dive when you can have that all on a single screen, or maybe 2 screens, and that's it. Why have a single and then you switch to sell, and then you click on the things and you go into the selling thing, and then you gotta confirm it, and then another thing pops up and all of that. Like, why switch all those screens? It's just a nuisance. Like, at least you have a quick sell, so please stick with it and don't change it. But what about shift click? What about control click? And all of those, or command, or whatever if you're using Apple. What about all of those, like, things that we're used to use to select multiple items? Why don't you have that in the game? Why is that such a troubling thing for you to make? I really don't understand it. Please do better with these things, because like for the past year, the whole game is becoming more and more of a time sink for no fucking reason. Instead of adding new gameplay loops or whatever, you're adding like time sinks. The fucking inventory system is a time sink. Most of us are spawning in Grimhacks because we can go naked in their ships, because we don't fucking care about getting our helmet and our suit. Some of the people actually play the game and get like all the armor and everything, and then they get popped or they get killed by a bug, and then they swear a lot. It's not a point of the game to like induce rage in you. That's not the point of gaming. It's to be like fun. You know, remember what fun was, Chris or CAG? Remember fun?
The advancements in loot generation and implementation of selling are two key aspects of any MMO, and their arrival in Star Citizen heralds a continuing push to reward players for venturing out into that dangerous unknown to seek their fortunes.
Alright, so I'm gonna say this out loud. Do you know how small of a thing this is for game development? Do you know of any fucking company in the world that's gonna like boast about this and talk about this and make a fucking video about this after 10 years or 11 years of development? Hey guys, you will be able to sell items to shops now. Really? Like, this company fucking makes videos about rivers, or excuse me, river, because there's gonna be a single river and it's gonna be trash, it's gonna have trees sticking out of it, and the banks are basically like roads, because like the river is not gonna go wider or narrower at any point. And yeah, let's make a video about that. Let's build some hype with a fucking single river and selling items to shops. Do you understand how small of a thing this is? This is nothing revolutionary. And like, the fact that we are getting hyped about this, because we can actually do it now, like says a lot about us as gamers. It says a lot about us as a community. It says a lot about us as backers. Because this is such a small fucking thing.
And because the unknown can be so hazardous, let's take a look now at the current state of medical gameplay, what's being adjusted for Alpha 3.17, and what's on the horizon after that.
Are we not gonna get killed anymore by just like standing or walking around planets? Is that being adjusted? Also, why is Jared moving? Because like that shelf behind him had a lot of helmets and all like a bunch of shit, and now it has nothing. Is he? Oh dude, they are running away with our money. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
So the response to healing was quite heartening.
There was some really good community engagement around the feature. I remember at one stage on Reddit, I think it was even before the feature was released, someone had posted a survival guide, and it was just really cool to see how excited people were about the feature.
So, wait, the survival guides tell you not to move from your bed because you're gonna die whatever you do if you run through holes, or if you try to breathe air on Grimhacks, or if you try to stand on a planet. If so, it's a great fucking survival guide. Why are we talking about medical gameplay again? Gameplay that is medical?
It's a really expansive system, so there's lots of different parts, and it was a lot to sort of get everything working.
It was great to see that people were happy and excited about various aspects of the healing.
Who was happy? Who was happy about this? Literally no one that I know was happy about this. What are we talking about? Who are you talking about? The White Knights? J3PT on fucking Spectrum? That guy? He's gonna be happy about everything, dude. Why the fuck am I talking about this guy? But like, seriously, nobody was happy with this. Cause bugs. And cause like we don't need this right now, we need more gameplay loops, not medical gameplay, but actual gameplay.
The medical bed UI in particular, which is the main thing I worked on, has a lot of depth to it in terms of adding to the feeling that it's a real hospital and a real place, and you can do sort of, you're really healing yourself.
Oh yeah, it's a real hospital, right? Oh yeah, I can really feel like I'm healing myself. Yeah, real fucking hospital. Yes, of course. But of course. And how many times did you get attacked by fucking medbeds? Yeah, I know.
I really enjoy the fact that there is some consequence to death now, that there's a sense of continuity. I don't just die and magically respawn somewhere. My corpse is something I now have to go and find if I've put something important on it.
Wait, are they really trying to bullshit the backers? Like, what is this segment now with like a body inside a dead body, which is of course a player's body because they're talking about consequence for dying inside a I don't know, a wreck of a Cuddy Black or something like that doesn't fucking exist. Because like when you fall down and when you die, your ship explodes. It doesn't look like this. So are they trying to bullshit us now? Because like, what is this?
What we worked on is a T0 implementation, so it's bare bones. There's so much more to do. There are a few things we've fixed since then that should be coming out in 3.17. I've had feedback saying that bleed is too harsh, and absolutely, we've addressed that. It was unfortunately an oversight on our part, and we've reduced the severity of bleeding, so you won't start bleeding then, keel over 2 seconds later. Instant death, we never want to have someone fall over and die immediately from a single pistol shot to the head.
Hey guys, we are CAG. We're gonna make the game as realistic as possible, so you will need to get food and all that in the game, and we're gonna punish the shit out of you constantly for playing the game. But we think that it is really unrealistic that you die from a single pistol shot to the head. You should be able to survive that, right? That's what happens in the world when people get shot in the head, right? They survive and they go on with their lives. It's just a flesh wound, right?
Or the foot. We've covered a couple of issues that were causing that. So 3.17, we should see that removed entirely. We've also had feedback regarding sort of hunger thirst and also the status system in general, just not persisting between play sessions.
So yeah, now between logins, most of your stats will persist, your health, your injuries, your hunger and thirst, so we'll see that gameplay back in the PU properly.
Hey guys, it's CAG again. So we love that you donated your money as backers to our game, and we love that you love our game. But instead of giving you actual game loops, we thought that maybe you would like to have to buy burritos and water constantly every time you log in, because that's just fun, right? That's realistic and just fun, and that's what gaming should be all about. I mean, okay, but why though? We have 3 fucking game loops. We're maybe gonna get a 4th one, which is not gonna be refined. Yet the main game loop of this game is going to become finding fucking water and burritos.
We've also had some feedback regarding the crime stats. This was one that I hadn't encountered, but sort of face-palmed when I saw it. If you ram your own corpse with a ship, you get a crime rating for it, and that's not obviously great. It's sort of an extra kick to your dignity.
We thought that was a part of the game, because the whole game is like that. It was a bug? Wow, okay, we didn't know that.
But thankfully, the Mission Future team guys have really drilled into that and fixed it. So 3.17, that humiliation should be removed, thankfully.
For the injuries not being seen enough, we've also added a bit of probability into it.
If you jump off a tree, there's every chance you're going to snap every bone in your body, or you're going to land like a cat. So we've introduced a little bit of a random element that doesn't scale linearly to try and achieve that. and it's really worked out, I think, quite well. We're seeing injuries more often, and it's not always at a gamified value that you reach.
Oh, we know what happens when they introduce variation to things that are punishing you. It's gonna be even more fucking punishing.
Some people just don't care about injuries because they just mash the die button and then respawn in their ship and then haha, they move on. That won't be possible moving forward once we get some really big changes in. And again, this is quite a ways away, but things like permadeath, DNA degradation, being charged to respawn, the idea of
there they go with fucking permadeath, death of a spaceman, and all of that nonsense and bullshit that's just gonna punish you for no fucking reason, for even trying to play the game. At least it's not coming anytime soon, and this is the only time when I would say at least it's not gonna be here anytime soon, because first off, why the fuck would you talk about this in ISC that is like supposed to be like a hype building thing before the patch drops? Secondly, why would you even fucking do that? We don't need permadeath. We don't need death of a spaceman. Get rid of it. Nobody likes that. Nobody fucking likes that. Stop building Chris's dream and hiding behind that shit, and try to listen to the community when they tell you that that is straight up bullshit.
We have had lots of other feedback that I haven't covered so far, and the reason I've not addressed is because we don't yet have a solid idea of how we're going to address that, and we don't want to make any promises that we're not going to fulfill.
Since when?
So what did we learn this week?
Selling items to shops and that hitting your body getting a crime stat was a bug. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I gotta thank my patrons for supporting the channel. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. If you want to become a supporter of the channel or a patron, there's a link down below in the info section of the video, or there's gonna be a thumbnail in the end of the video, so you can just click on it. That's like, as always, like, at least this time we got something, and at least this time I said good job, CAG, for just like a minor fucking thing that doesn't even fucking matter. So yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to bring a towel when you're traveling through space, and I love you, and kisses and goodbye. Mwah.